Hello and welcome to this week's episode of Stories with Oluchi. If this is your first time watching my videos, welcome and please hit the like and subscribe button. If you're a returning viewer, welcome back and don't forget to like this video. As always, viewer discretion is advised. The story I'm about to tell you today is just as gory as the other ones I've always told, is disturbing and is very unfortunate. So on November 17 of 2020, a group of activists were invited to this village to rescue a 37-year-old woman who has been in bondage for 4 years. People around told the activists that this woman needs help, that she needs to be taken out of this place because she's basically unaware of where she is at the time. She eats and sleep and defecate in the same room where she's been locked up for 4 years, and she doesn't take shower frequently. So when activists arrived at the location, they saw this woman. Her name is Gladys Ejeket. Gladys was on the floor when activists arrived, and she was still holding on to a few slices of bread that her husband, who had kept her in bondage for 4 years, gave to her as her meal of the day. So this woman has been in bondage and she's been eating about 2 to 3 slices of bread every day, and that's basically all she gets, with some water. And then at night, some nights, her husband would come and sleep with her and get her pregnant. So if she has a baby, he would take the baby away and leave the woman still locked up. So this has been going on for 4 years. So when the activists arrived at this village in Orerukpe area of Delta State, they met the woman just as described. She has no knowledge of how she got there. She has no recollection of previous events. She just knows that she was told to sleep here. And when she was asked about her other children, she has a total of 8 children with this man. And each time she puts to bed, the man takes the kids away. She says she doesn't know about the children. She's not allowed to see them. And she's not allowed to interact with anyone. In fact, to her family, it's assumed that she's dead. So her husband, whose name is Ami Ejeket, told the activists that his wife is insane, that she's a witch, and that she's been the cause of all his financial problems. He said he took her to several prayer houses and to herbalists and was told to lock her up or send her back to her parents. But when he took her back to his in-laws, they rejected her, saying that this is not the woman that they gave to him, and that since he says that she's insane and that she needs help, that they cannot get involved with that, that as a rule of law and basically their tradition, since he's married to her, if there's any problems with her, that is his responsibility and not theirs. So Ame had no other option than to take his wife back home. And since he doesn't have a lot of money, he decided to lock her up so that he can visit her as often as he can, but also not put her in a place where she can continue to haunt his life, according to what he was told in different prayer houses. So one of the activists broke down in tears when he saw how this woman looked. She looked very sick. Her legs had were so thin. So when activists arrived at the scene, one of them broke down in tears because of the condition where this woman was living in. She basically eat, sleep in a corner of the room. It's like a little room with a window, but the window was shut with a protector. She can't open it, and behind the window is a wall. So there's really not much air coming in and going. And in that room, it's all on bare cold floor. She has a mat where she gets to sleep on the corner, and you can see her bedroom slippers on the side. And right in facing the mat, it's a corner with a pool of urine and feces. So as she sleeps, she's staring at her own body waste. When activists asked the man why he felt the need to do this to his wife, he said that he had no other option, that no one would help him. So, and when he was asked about the other children, he said that some are with him and he sent some to go live with distant relatives, but he does not allow them to interact with the woman because he feels like she might inflict them with witchcraft. So when the police was invited to the scene by the activists, because they didn't want to leave that woman there, they needed to take her away right immediately, but they also had to get the police involved because this is basically a criminal case. So when the police arrived, the man fled the scene, but he was eventually apprehended and taken to the police station. So when the police asked him why he did that to his wife, he repeated the same story. He insisted that his wife is a witch and that the reason he locked her up is so that she can stop causing problems to other people and to himself. And also he didn't know the consequences of what he had just done, but he thought he was doing the right thing. So here's my question to you as a listener. Do you believe this man's story? Do you think his wife is a witch? Was locking her up the right thing to do? What are your thoughts about this story? Drop your comments below and we'll discuss it in my next video. And don't forget to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel to get more stories. Thank you so much for listening. See you later.